Well, we are live again, guys. Again, and again. Today we have a very special. This is not just one; it's a community who is doing lots of good stuff in Australia for the PVs and making races and everything. And he's going to talk a little more about that. My friend, welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much
Hey,
for
thank you.
accepting.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's great to be here and great to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my friend, to doing what you are doing in Australia. First of all, tell us a little more about the story of you guys, how everything started for us to know a little more about you guys. Who's the person who came with the idea? How
Yeah,
that came,
absolutely.
everything.
Yeah, so the racing scene started here in Western Australia around 4 years ago. There was a couple of people quite interested, so I pulled a few guys together in a bar and we had a few drinks and we were sort of coming up with ideas and came up with a little racing league. And yeah, from there the rest is history. Basically, it's changed a lot. It's evolved in the last 3 or 4 years. We've had a lot of people jump on board and get involved, and we ended up starting a non-profit association. So basically, we're at the point now where all of the events that we do, any profits that we hope to make, goes back into the association, and we keep putting on events and keep running them like that. So yeah, we just want to grow the community and keep it running for as long as we can.
How do you see the changes at the moment you guys start to do the racings and everything? You seeing
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
coming more?
Yes. Yeah, so we've been racing. We've actually been racing for a while, quite locally, and then we sort of started properly as a group with the association just this year, and we ran our first full series of races. We ran 3 consecutive races in the series, and that was just awesome. We all sort of got together. We have a pretty tight knit community here of about 20 or so races that get together regularly and practice, and to actually put it on a bigger stage and compete against one another and with one another, it was just incredible. So these events had such a great community vibe compared to like what we've done previously. And yeah, it's just been, every time we do it, it just steps up and gets better and better. So it's awesome to be growing like this.
I see that you guys are not just making skateboardings. You are now doing all the PVs. You are doing AUCs. What is the future plan for you guys?
Yeah, so currently we only have the insurance for electric unicycles and electric skateboards.
Hmm.
One wheels kind of fall under the blanket of electric skateboards in the insurance as well. However, there is a pretty small one wheel community here that doesn't seem too interested in racing. So
Hmm.
unless they step up and want to race, we're happy to have them. But yeah, we are mostly focusing on the electric skateboards and electric unicycles. We have quite a solid community of both here, and yeah, for the upcoming big nationals event, we have quite a few people traveling across from the East Coast, come to the West Coast and check it out and race with us. So that should be a much bigger one.
Yeah, my friend. Let's talk about here. I want to show something here for everybody, and you can explain. So you have something here, the website. Tell us a little more about the website for everybody
Yeah,
to know.
absolutely. So basically, the website that you're looking at there is our association. That's the non-profit. So we're running
No?
all of our events out of that. We do Intro to Speed, like everyone else does. The Intro to Speed chapters around. So we have one here in Perth running from the association. And again, the idea behind that is to, any money that we generate just fuels back into the sport, and we can keep this sort of self-perpetuating. So this, what you're looking at here, is our major event coming up in November. So it's a
Hmm.
4-day event. We have night races followed by a day race, like the main outdoor race, and then the
Hmm.
following day is an indoor endurance race. So it'll be lots of laps over a long period of time, and then the final race is indoors again, and that will be the pro race. It'll be the best of the skaters and the best of the EUC guys battling it out. Yeah, and then surrounding that, we'll have group rides and a few social events. So yeah, November's shaping up to be a really big one, and we're pretty excited about it. We've got a few vendors and brands sort of talking to us at the moment, so we're hoping to get those locked in the next few weeks and start announcing, demo rides and things like that, because it's looking awesome. So we're really excited.
So I'm seeing here the rules and the format for the people who don't read too much or don't like to
Yeah.
read, just as information directly, what is the most important rule and for this event that the people has to say, okay, if I want to race, I have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
So obviously safety is our number one priority. So we need people to be wearing full face helmets. That's our, that's our first big rule. Obviously all of the other protective gear we highly recommend, and most racers are well aware of the gear that they need and use. The format is different for each race. So, it would take quite a long time for me to go through all of the format, but essentially the first night that you get there, you'll be qualifying, you'll be trying to set your best lap time, and that sort of sets you up for the rest of the event. So you go into qualifying, and then the next day you do your main race, which you're sorted from the qualifying round, and then your results from your main race tally up points, and then that leads into the next day, and so on and so on. So yeah, the idea is that because people are traveling over, we want them to get the most out of this event. They have 4 days to enjoy it, build up points, and yeah, potentially be crowned the champion.
So we have here Electro Unicycle is telling something that I think is interesting, because we are seeing, like in Spain, in lots of countries, the e-scooters coming to. Is something that maybe in the future you're going to have like the race on the e-scooters,
Yeah,
or is difficult?
electric scooters is a tricky one here in Western Australia, and I think Australia in particular, because we've had this huge influx of hire scooters, and for better or for worse, it has like sort of changed people's views on the scooters as a whole. So it will be difficult for us to get insurance for scooters because statistically there have been a lot more accidents in Australia from scooters than any other PEV. So from an insurance perspective, it would be hard. However, I'm open to all PEVs. I'd love to see all sorts of racing going on. So in fact, we'd love to have drones and things like that at our events too. So yeah, I'd love to see it, and hopefully one day we can make it work for sure.
Yeah, I think that is important, and that is good for you to explain that way, that the people don't be upset with you guys. They have to understand there is room, and sometimes it's not because of you guys, it's because it's difficult. And I know that you are trying, and being a no-profit association, I think that is one of the beautiful things. I talked with you, and you was the first one to tell me, oh, now so we are not so big. And I said, it doesn't matter. That's why we start. We have to support you guys, because you are in the beginning, and that's how everything has to be done for us to see this sport growing. Australia is a big name, not just for the sports of electric, but for the other sports, and is a country that is always trying to push and bring new riders, new racers. And we see in MotoGP, we see in everything, the Australian guys are always there, and that's why we cannot forget you guys, because you are one of the keys. And we cannot forget that electric, you are in a situation like we are, like great guys in Australia create great boards too. And maybe companies that had closed, but they has a big name. We have the Fox box. We can thank to the guys in Australia. There is lots of copies today there, but the original one is there from you guys.
Appreciate that. Yeah,
is the reality. Lots of people don't know that, and I think that is very sad. And we have to be always very thankful about you guys. And I will always support Australian guys, because I think you are doing amazing too. Then is another is telling here is going to be the international. I hope that comes international races here, because it's going to be because of Malaysia. I'm thinking to go to Malaysia too. That's not a bad idea for you guys to have international riders there.
Yeah, so there is a race. So we're aware of this race, and there is a race about 2 or 3 weeks prior to ours, which is in Malaysia, which in the grand scheme of things isn't actually too far away from us. So if people are really keen and willing, we'd love to have more people coming across, especially straight after the Bagode race. That would be awesome. So that's a dedicated electric unicycle race, but we'd love to have more electric unicyclists join us. So yeah, absolutely, that would be awesome.
So, my friend, putting in this, do you try to communicate with the companies outside Australia, like the Chinese companies, to maybe support you guys, or is it very
Yeah,
difficult for you to have the support from them?
I
How do you
think,
see it?
yeah, I think there are a lot of barriers, obviously, because we are such a fair distance away from everyone.
Hmm.
However, there have been quite a few companies that are, very supportive, and we're so grateful. So we've been talking to quite a few at the moment, and I won't name any names until we've solidified
Hmm.
everything because I don't want to get anyone in trouble. But yeah, no, I've been overwhelmed with like how supportive the international companies have been as well. So it's awesome, as well as our local ones. So I'm really looking forward to announcing all of these guys that are getting involved because, yeah, as I said, I'm really grateful for it, and it just makes the event even better for everyone. So yeah, it's good. It's a
So I'm
challenge,
going.
but we get there.
I keep this because about a couple of days ago I received the news, and I was with the idea, big idea, that No Limits to Ride is a name that we are the No Limits to Ride, all of us. No Limits to Ride was just made for me, but of course that is you guys. Uh, uh, and the idea is 2026. We're going to have money coming for the No Limits Ride, and it's going to be used to support like your type of race.
That's awesome.
Uh,
That's
that
awesome.
is money that is going to be given from the riders and giving to the No Limits Ride. We have to make everything now clear because that is no profit. And the money we have to explain then every year to the German guys here where I live what we're going to do with the money, and
Yeah,
that way we're going to come now with a website that the money that we're going to give to all of you guys who are making races or events, that we can specify what we do with the money. And the idea is 2026 is going to be a great year for us to help your events, the events around the world, with money from the riders that are going to give that money to grow the sport. That is the
yeah,
idea from No Limits to Ride, and I hope that then No Limits to Ride can help you guys grow and make the sport bigger, because the intention from No Limits to Ride was always not to make. I never asked nobody to subscribe. I never asked. Not, the only thing I ask is go to the events from you guys, have fun, enjoy it. I know that is lots of work for you guys. I know how much work is that, and you need that sponsors support.
absolutely.
That is
I appreciate.
more easy
Yeah,
for you guys.
absolutely. No, that's actually, yeah, such a great initiative from you guys, and yeah, really appreciate it. And it sounds like we're all on the same wavelength of, you know, anything that we can do to help grow it and just sort of support it and keep it going. I mean, with people like yourselves, it's bound to keep going. So it's awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
So there is a question here: how is going to be the prizes? Is going to be big
So
prizes?
yes, so that is to be announced, but yeah, it. I can just say that it's shaping up that we will have some prizes for the first time in ever. Yeah, we will have some prizes for the first time. So very exciting. Because yeah, as a community organization for the last 4 years, all of our races has just been racing for pride, which is great, which is really fun. But for companies to get behind and really show their support and help with products or cash or whatever, it just elevates the event again and makes it even more enticing for more people to join. So yes, I can say that for the first time we will have some prizes, but we will announce it very soon.
I hope, my friend. I hope that I can achieve before everything, that I can send some of the prices, because we already have here from lots of helms, lots of stuff that we received from companies, and this things that I have here is to give away for this type of events, and maybe can
Appreciate
help
it.
you guys grow your event, because I know if you have good prices, more people will come. And
Yes,
I
definitely.
hope that this year I can do that, and I can start to help you guys, and that we can grow. I know that in USA some of the events now is over because they don't have the support, and we need to find a way that you guys receive that support. I know that how difficult is that, and I do events here in Europe, and I know how difficult is for us to do ourselves. We do one time, two times, but then it's hard. We have
Yeah,
private lives, we have lives, and I know that we need that. So, but there is riders there who are committed to help, and they want to help in any way. And I think that is the way we have to do it for the people who love this, for us to grow this sport. For me, the important thing is to see someday you guys here in Europe riding against the European guys, and the guys from Europe
absolutely.
can go there to Australia and ride with you. We
Yeah,
was with Dylan, who was here in Europe, and it was a bless for us to have him here.
I was actually there also.
Yeah, you was there.
Yeah, I might not have bumped into you at
You've been
Prague.
in you've been in Prague.
Yes, yes.
Come
I was
on,
there. I was
man.
there. I
And
was
I
there
was going
briefly.
to be there.
I was very lucky. I was very fortunate that you know, XE Race supported my trip over there, and obviously Dylan's and Chris from Australia as well. So us three came over from Australia and competed, and I had a blast. I don't think I got to bump into you, obviously, but I had a blast and met so many good European riders and
I could
raced with
not
them.
come, my friend.
Oh, okay,
David
sorry.
has
Yeah.
David has broke my head and say, why are you not here? Because I always come, but
Okay.
sometimes we have private life,
Yeah.
and I talked to Dylan. He told me, Nelson, you're going to come, and I said, because 2 days later I was with the interview with him, and at first I want to meet him in person, but sometimes life is not.
Yes, of course. Things happen,
My
and
friend,
yeah, things come up.
yeah,
Yeah.
the important thing is, uh, how do you see the future from this sport in Australia? Do
Yeah.
you see it in a pink way, or you see it very, very difficult?
I'm very positive about it. Obviously, Australia is a very big country, and all of the cities are very spread out. So maybe not so much on the east coast, but where we are on the west coast, we're very isolated over here. So to continue doing what we're doing, if we do it like this, the sport will grow, but it will grow very slowly. So I
Mhm.
think the way forward for Australian racing is that we start seeing events happen on the East Coast more often, more racing there. Obviously, that's going to take a lot to get to that point, but I think it needs to happen. The
You are
other,
talking about that, and he has direct the question. You think you're going to see yourself in the West Coast?
I don't know. I mean, I do enjoy it when I've been over there, but I do love the West Coast, and obviously I have a good racing
Or
crew over here.
maybe the association can divide
Yes,
into two
and
parts.
that's
Do you
yeah,
think that is
yes.
possible?
I think we can start to see chapters pop up across the country, and I think that's the way forward. The other thing that I'm really interested in and excited about, and hopefully we get a sponsor on board to help us with this, is a development
Mhm.
program for beginners and for young people, young kids, where we can get some boards, all of the same boards, and we can start getting these younger people and beginners on these boards to practice and learn at the sessions, and then eventually build themselves up to racing. Because at the moment, I think the barrier for younger people and even beginners is they don't want to spend the money if they don't even know if they like it yet. So at least if we give them the opportunity to jump on, have a feel for it, see if they like it, and come down to regular training sessions, they might get hooked, and then we have a bunch of junior racers joining us, and then that's its own league right there, and then we have a whole new generation coming through. So I think that's the next move forward as well locally.
It's
But
beautiful to listen to that, my friend,
yeah,
because not most of the people who comes here speaks about the idea of bringing kids. They are just trying to make the event, and I think the working on the future is the best thing we have to do, because
yeah,
that way
absolutely,
we and most of the people who come here as events, they forget about that part, is to build something for the future, and we need more of that type of ideas, events helping. When you have the event, maybe in the side you have some places that the people can try it and know what is a PV, or have the idea if that is, because sometimes the people make that design in his head. Oh my God, that is very difficult. Oh, I'm not going to try it. And then when they try it,
yeah,
they said, oh, that is not so a monster, like I put in my head. And I think
Yeah.
that is the way we have to do it. Show it to the world that this is a nice sport, and you can make it as a sport or a hobby, or you can go from one way to another. And if you be respectable, and I think that is the good idea. You are doing the right
Yeah.
thing, my friend.
Absolutely. It comes back to looking at all of the other sports that exist right now, and you know, every single sport has a youth development program or a league for the kids, and the whole idea is just to keep it going and growing. So yeah, I'd love to see it happen, and I'm hoping we can make it happen really soon, because I think that's the next step forward here as well. And
I
yeah,
hope, my friend. I will give you all the support. I hope that next year we can come back here again, and
yeah,
you
absolutely.
can. I remember the first time I speak with David around 4 years ago in the first interview. That was just a couple of friends, and today is so big, and
Yeah,
bringing so much persons. And like the guys in USA, they started the same way like you guys, and now we are seeing this growing everywhere,
yeah,
Europe, Australia, and I think you guys are going to show to the world that the competition is going to be hard, and we're going to see that companies is going to invest in you guys and say that is something for the future. And I think your name is going to be written in the future for the PVs, for everybody to remember that this guys was the guys who don't give up and say we have to do something for the future. And that's why I'm very proud to have you here. And don't stop doing what you are doing. What is the plan for you guys in the future? Do you have any ideas already?
yeah.
How do
But,
you see yourselves?
yeah, I mean, in the near future, basically, we get together as the association, and we just look at ways to improve and build on what we've done. So we never want to dive too far in, because we want to keep doing what we're doing. So we usually just take what we have and we build on it every time we do something new. So the nationals maybe is an exception. That's going to be the big one. But for our local season, we're going to run a 5-race season with night races this time. So that'll just add another interesting element to it. Hopefully we can do the juniors thing next season, because I think that'll be a big move for us as well. And then obviously from there we build again. It all comes down to our participation. If we get lots of people joining, we can obviously put more events on. So it just comes down to how many people show up and how many people sign up every year. So we just want to keep building and building and building. After this year's nationals, I think we might look at doing the national competition on the East Coast the following year, and maybe just alternate between East and West over the years. But we'll have to see how it goes.
I hope so, my friend. I just want to make this. I don't want to make this video very big. I think it's important for us to bring the important stuff. For me, the important thing is why in the evening. There is any special reason why you are doing the races on the evening? Or is because of the weather? Is because of
Yes.
is any? Is because it's too hot?
Yeah. So for next local season, the night races are very strategic because it'll be summer and it is very hot here. We want to keep the vehicles cool, the tires cool, and our bodies cool. So we're opting for night races in summer.
I'm just asking because for the people to understand why in the evening. Because
yes, yeah.
I think that of course that is because it's too hot there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's in summer. But here for the national event, our first night is going to be a fun night. So it'll be under lights. We'll have the music going. It's the qualifier, but we have 4 hours of qualifying track time. So we're not going to be on the track taking it seriously for 4 hours. The idea is that we all get together. We kind of get to know each other, because obviously people are traveling over. We just have a bit of fun, and I thought having it at nighttime just makes it a bit more interesting as well. So yeah, that'll be the first qualifying night for the nationals, and then the other 3 events are obviously during the day, or the indoor one is very lit up anyway, so it won't make much of a difference at night. But yeah, it's for fun, really, mostly.
You touch in one point that I was close to forgetting, but I think is an important point, is for the people are traveling to go to the event, is easy to find a place to stay or accommodations, or how that works. Do you have any tips or ideas for the
Yeah.
people who are traveling to come and
Yeah.
visit you?
Absolutely. So the indoor track that we're racing at is only 15 minutes away from Perth City. So I'm recommending to people to stay sort of in the East Perth area or the surrounding suburbs of there. It's just easier to get to and from the tracks. And there's a lot to see around there as well. You can go into the city, go around the river. And then the outdoor track is only about a 25-minute drive from East Perth as well. So um, yeah, I'm recommending East Perth for accommodation. But obviously, I'm happy to talk to people and recommend some others. Some people might want to stay right on the coast, so they get
Mhm.
nice West Australian sunsets, and absolutely, why not? So yeah.
Okay, that is another question I have is I know that Australia is a very complicated. The area from you guys is legal to ride PVs or illegal?
So the timing at the moment is really interesting because they're looking at changing the laws. So right now it's still legal. We have
But there's
very
some parts of Australia that is legal, right?
yes. So in our state it is legal. However,
Uh-huh.
in New South Wales, Sydney, obviously it's completely illegal, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then different laws in different states. So it is a bit muddy, bit complicated. However,
Yeah,
in
but
WA,
where is having the event is legal in your
correct.
state.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the
that's the
moment.
important thing. At the moment, okay.
Yeah.
So if there is any update, that's the next question. If there is any update, any questions, any what is the best way for the people to contact you guys?
Yes, so they can obviously contact me personally. They can contact us through the AUSPEV Instagram, or they can send us emails. All of our contact details are on the website as well. So that's esra.org.au. And yeah, any questions, I'm happy to answer them all. In terms of legality, regardless of what the laws happen to be at the time, our events will still go ahead because we are always allowed to run our events on private land. So it doesn't matter what happens with the laws. It might change the group rides, but I'm quite positive that we won't have a ban here. We're actually ESRA, the non-profit association, is actually also lobbying to the government at the moment about our stance on PEVs and what we think the restrictions should be. So we have quite a bit of input to that at the moment, and hopefully it's all positive. But yeah, we'll see in a few months, I guess. But either way, the events are going forward, and it should be a great time.
So, guys, I'm going to leave it for all the riders, kids, ladies who are out there are interesting. I'm going to leave the website from them. I'm going to leave the Facebook, and
Awesome,
I'm
thank
going
you.
to leave the Instagram,
Yes,
and I'm going to leave some videos from one of the guys.
yeah,
That way you can go there and have a look, and
yeah.
you can see one of the races.
That looks like Wraith Skateboard. So
Yeah.
he's a West Australian local. You've probably heard of Wraith Skateboards before. He's set the world record for speed. So he's traveled 132 kilometers an hour
That is
on
good.
his
It's
own board that
crazy.
he made. Yeah, it's crazy.
I hope that everybody who comes to this event has fun. I hope that you make more and more events for all of us. Thank you so much for you and the crew, the team behind. I know that is lots of work, lots of dedication, but I think the people who are going to say thank you guys in the future, and I hope to see you guys growing and growing more and more. I'm going to leave the videos there for you guys to see it, and of course, go there, subscribe to the Instagram, leave your question, try to come to the event. It's very important. If you come to the event, you're going to support something that is going to grow and is going to call attentions from the companies and people who want to
Sorry,
sell
I've just had a
something.
technical difficulty here.
I'm seeing you. I can see
Sorry
you.
about that. I had a technical difficulty.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you off there. No, really
No.
appreciate the kind words there, and obviously it's people like yourselves that help us keep going with all the support that you and the community, the wider community, help us out with. So yeah, without that sort of support, it doesn't exist. And without people racing, there are no races. So yeah, the more people that get involved, the better. Yeah, so thank you.
Yeah, but we have to thank you, the you guys to organize it, because if there is nobody to organize it, is very simple. It's not going to happen. Nothing. Last year, I told to the guys, next year I'm not going to make the Halloween event, and everybody said, "Oh, no problem, we're going to organize," and they don't organize nothing. Then I have to do it again because there is nobody to do it. It's very simple, my friend, and I hope that you guys achieve. And continue. Don't give up.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you.
And for me, from my side, I hope that next year we come back here and talk about the new events and see. And you saying, Nelson, we are growing very fast, and this is coming fantastic. And I will be happy for you because you deserve it. How more people do this, how more this event is going to grow. And I hope that in Australia can be bigger in different places. That way, you're going to bring people from all around. I know that Australia is very big for you to travel from one side to the other, but let's see what happens. Like always, my friend, I don't want to forget nothing. Do you want we talk everything? We forget anything?
I think we've covered most of the event. Yeah, there's nothing that comes to the top of my head right now.
I'm going to ask you something. For the people who's coming this event, is going to be anything like repairs or any help that the people, if they need something, is going to be there, or is difficult? Or they have to do it themselves?
No. I mean, we have a very tight-knit community here, so I would be very surprised if there's not a few sets of tools around and people to help. But failing that, there are going to be brands and companies coming here with tools and things like that as well. They'll be fixing their own boards, doing that. But honestly, I don't think there'll be an issue. There'll be lots of people with tools, happy to help, happy with repairs, and we're going to have an actual pits area at the event. So everyone will have their own stations for charging and maintenance and repairs, and it should be great.
My friend.
Yes,
please do some videos.
Absolutely.
Do the propaganda for that. You have to make it. I know that you guys are with Instagram, but try to make a YouTube channel for you to show the backgrounds and everything. I think that is important for the people to see how organized you guys are.
Absolutely,
from my side, my friend. From my side, I want to say thank you so much for coming here, taking your time. I know that is in the evening for you now. For me, it's in the afternoon. But thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure to meet you. I was very sorry. I was not in Prague to see you, but we will have other opportunities. Like always, I leave you with the last message for the people who's going to see, because we are in a Facebook groups, we are in X or I don't know the name, Twitter, or we are in YouTube. We are in most of the channels. For the people who's going to see maybe this video later, or for the people who are seeing now, that I leave you with the last message.
That puts me on the spot. I mean, I guess if you want to keep this sport going, I think you just need to show up, and you need to just keep pushing it and trying to get people down. And I think the sport will grow with the passion that we all have. It'll just keep going. So yeah, just keep pushing.
My friend, great. Guys, don't forget, if you have the chance, go visit these guys. They deserve it, all the respect, and they deserve all the compliments. Go there, have some fun. Maybe if you're not racing, just come and support the event. And maybe you find something interesting for you to do it. And we never know. Maybe next year you are riding with us, not racing, but maybe having fun, enjoying. Supporting is very important. My friend, thank you so much. Enjoy it. Have a good day, good night, and we are